sit that right there, don't go nowhere, little baby gon' shake that, 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 shit, yeah, I like that, bring that right here, sit that right there, don't go.
Welcome back. We're back with another reaction video. Today we are reacting to what is it? True crime song? Court and Crime Chronicles. You dig? Teen killer thinks he's going home after murdering his mother. Yo, Dukes, what did your mother do? Don't tell me it's insurance. Let's get right into it. I don't know what little buddy got going on. He faded. He tweeted out.
17-year-old Carlos Hallowell from Citrus County found himself at police headquarters after making a desperate 911 call at 6:15 p.m. 17-year-old Carlos Hallowell from Citrus County found himself at police headquarters after making a desperate 911 call at 6:15 p.m.
Citrus 911, what is the address of the emergency?
4419 South Edge Point. I need someone here immediately right now.
Okay, tell me exactly what's happening.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay.
He reported a horrifying scene. His mother, Denise Hallowell, was lying in bed with an axe buried in her head.
Just stay on the line with me, okay?
Okay.
They're coming. Just stay on the phone with me, okay? Till the deputy's right there with you.
Emergency responders rushed to their secluded lakeside home and found Carlos in a state of shock. His mother, Denise Hallowell, was unresponsive and pronounced dead at 6:50 p.m. Denise had adopted Carlos from Guatemala in 2006, when he was only 4 years old, and raised him on her own. Fast forward to July 13th, 2019. The two attended a family friend's funeral in St. Petersburg. After returning home, they shared some apple pie in the kitchen before taking afternoon naps. 3 hours later, Carlos made a frantic 911 call, reporting that he had found his mother lying face down on her bed, lifeless. Authorities have classified Denise's death as a homicide and are racing to collect evidence before any leads disappear. In the interrogation room, detectives questioned Carlos about what happened, since he was the last person to see his mother alive.
Once again, my name is Detective Ramos, Lieutenant Ball. So we're brought out here and we're just trying to talk to you, see if you could, help us out and let us know what all took place.
Okay, I don't remember the time. I hear barking from my side of the house, which is abnormal. Our dogs are supposed to be in that little fenced-in area. So the front door was wide open. So went to go find the dogs, checked around the property, looking for them. I couldn't find them, so I went to go wake my mom up to help me find them, and then I found her there.
So what did you see when you walked in your mom's room?
It was our axe in the side of my mom's skull, and I can still hear her trying to breathe.
Right now, the detectives are still unsure about what really happened inside the house. They need to uncover the truth as quickly as possible, but they also have to handle things gently. After all, they're dealing with a young man who just lost his mother, and they don't want to cause him any more pain than he's already facing.
My mom and I have, and we've been through a lot together, so, there's nothing I wouldn't do for her or anything. So, I just don't know what happened.
Obviously,
Except for protector.
we're not looking at an accidental situation
Not
here.
attacker.
Right? Somebody put an axe in the back of her head. Who would have done that?
I don't know anybody who would have done it. All my mom's close friends, anything would be people at church. This is the only people that I know.
She don't have any enemies?
Not that I know of. She
People that,
kept to herself. So,
you guys are kind of out there in the middle.
yeah, we're in
Nowhere.
we're in the middle of nowhere. We just keep to ourselves. We put signs up because we've
Why would you
had
have
small
enemies
intruders
or
and we hear
them?
noises at night. So she
Would you
just
have a son
puts
like
all
that?
that stuff up for safety.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
She hasn't had any problems with anybody?
Not that I know of. She also stays private from me as well. I only know what I need to know.
Carlos appears surprisingly calm for someone who just found his mother with an axe in her head, and the detectives can't help but find that suspicious. Right now, they're sticking to the facts, going through every detail of Carlos's story. If his version of events holds up, the Citrus County Police can turn their attention elsewhere.
You guys walk in, you guys have pie. What did you guys have pie at?
Right on the dinner table.
On the table? Plastic plate, silverware? What?
No, we just ate right out of the box because we each had our own separate pies.
Did you eat half of it? Or you only had a little piece?
Yeah, just a slice. Just a slice, yeah. We usually do it. We just eat a slice, save it, we save it. Because we're used to kind of living paycheck to paycheck because of a teacher and being a student. So we make things last and she doesn't get paid with us.
Gotcha. So you guys are done at the dining table. What do you guys do with the pies?
Put them in the fridge, and then we parted ways. We both decided to take our naps. She went into her room, I went into mine, and I watched a couple of things on YouTube and fell asleep and got up again and texted people and fell back to sleep. Usually we stay in there for about 2 or 3 hours to give ourselves time, our own separate time throughout the day.
So you don't know if she left to go anywhere else or something?
I don't. I usually don't know. Heavy sleeper, and I sleep on that side of the house. Her car's where the garage is, so I usually can't hear it, nor do I know. I usually have something playing in the background to help me fall asleep.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember at any time, what time you went to bed or take a nap?
No. The only thing I remember was waking up to the dog barking next to my room.
Did you try to give your mom any type of aid?
I didn't know what to do. I just shook her. Wasn't responsive except just breathing.
Why is
I don't know
shaking
what to
somebody?
do. And I
Man,
didn't
I'll slap the
do something stupid where like take it out and she just bleeds to death or something.
The detectives now suspect that Carlos isn't telling the whole truth. Given how severe Denise's injury was, it seems unlikely she could have still been breathing, as Carlos claims. By that point, she would have already passed away. The investigators are now pressing Carlos for a detailed account of what really happened leading up to his mother's death.
So your mom went to her room and now came out and went back to her room again?
Yeah, she does that all the time. She'll get up, get tea. She'll get up, get water, do whatever. And she doesn't always sleep, deep sleep like I do. She's a restless sleeper. She hears everything. So she'll always get up here or there.
The story's changing as we keep going. It just keeps changing and changing. Going from
What's
you went to you heard her.
Okay.
You said you went to your room.
I'm confused.
You said you went to your room.
Yes.
You closed your door.
Correct.
You heard your mom walk to her room and close her door.
Right. She was doing
and
what
then you
she
went to
normally
sleep.
does. Yes, she was doing what she normally does, and then I went to sleep.
So then how you know she came out and went back in?
That was before I went to sleep. I'm saying that I went to my room, closed my door, and I hear my mom doing what she normally does, goes to her room, and then she needs something, water. She usually gets water. Came out, got water. She went back to her room, never heard
So
anything.
you talking about what usually happens and not
Within
what
minutes,
happened, you know?
Carlos's story takes a sharp turn. At first, he said he was in his room and heard nothing because of background noise. Now, he claims he heard his mom leave the room to get some water.
So you don't know if she left to go anywhere else or something?
I don't. I usually don't know. Heavy sleeper, and I sleep on that side of the house. Her car's where the garage is, so I usually can't hear it, nor do I know. I usually have something playing in the background to help me fall asleep.
His story keeps changing, and it looks like he's trying to backtrack. When people speak the truth, their details tend to be clear and consistent. But when they lie, they often slip up, adding new details or mixing up facts. Such inconsistencies are clear red flags for detectives.
So her room should have a cup of water in it?
I don't know what she got. I don't know. I was in my room, so I have no idea. That's just her usual routine. This is going off of what she normally does, her everyday thing.
Her normal routine, but what did you actually hear? Because you can say I can normally tie my shoes, but you know, I don't mean I really got to tie my shoes.
Well, she just went into the kitchen. I usually know she gets water because she gets dehydrated, and sometimes she doesn't bring it with her, so she'll drink it there. So she'll have her water cup next to her medicine, and she'll just get a drink and go back to bed, or do whatever. She'll get tea. I don't know because I'm in my
Like
room.
bottled water is what kind of?
It's in a jug. We fill our waters and we keep them in the fridge.
Let's step up for a minute. Just hang loose real quick.
Around 50 minutes into the interview, both detectives stepped out of the interrogation room,
50 minutes,
leaving
dang.
Carlos alone. After about 20 minutes, they returned with new information. A few months earlier, Carlos had been reported to the authorities for assaulting his mother, hitting her so hard that her arm was broken.
Not too long ago, you guys got into a little domestic. The cops were called.
Domestic? Oh, no, my mom and I sorted that out. That was completely gotten out of hand, and then my mom overreacted, I overreacted, and we talked about it after it happened and after I was out of the house.
Right. Was that before you left or after?
Before. And I wasn't doing well in school, and then we got into the argument, and then she shoved, I shoved, back and forth, stuff like that.
Right.
It wasn't anything physical. It was just like, get out of my face, you get out of my face, get out of my face. Because it just got yelling. It wasn't going anywhere.
Never. Never in life. Never. Sorry. Never. Like, I've never. Not with my mom. Not with my mother. No. Never. Never.
Right.
She used to hit me pretty hard, sometimes in the face, mostly in the back, with just anything she could grab. But that was it.
So you have like a special bat or a stick or something that would be
No.
just like that?
No. It was just anything that was close by. If it was my keys, she'd whip me with my keys, and that's it. And then after the years, I just kind of took it because it's not really going to stop. But my mom's always been there for me still. So,
Is that the reason why you moved out?
yeah, that is. After I defended myself, I kind of had enough of it and I moved out.
You talking about the keys deal?
Yes,
That was kind of like the last straw deal?
that was. And she wanted me out, and I officially moved out.
After breaking his mother's arm, an act he claims was in self-defense, Carlos left home and stayed with friends for several months. During that time, he began taking medication for depression and started to stabilize. Only then did his mother allow him to move back home.
My mom finally got me on antidepressants.
Oh, you broke
Take
her
those,
arm, gang.
Prozacs, yes, take them every
You
day.
can't move back in. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Hmm?
Love you.
What did the doctor say that he was, diagnosed with?
Depression.
Carlos insists that he and his mother settled their differences and that she welcomed him home with open arms. In reality, Denise was afraid of him. She installed security cameras because she didn't trust him and feared he might hurt her again.
Carlos, how often do you think it is that somebody's sitting in their house taking a nap or anything like that situation and some stranger comes in and kills them?
I don't know,
2% chance.
but I will say this.
2%
I hope
chance.
you're not insinuating I would do this. Because that she adopted me from 4. She has been my mother and has been by my side.
What my inference was is that rarely ever happens.
Okay.
That rarely ever happens, and what I'm trying to lead to is that 99.9% of the time, it's a family member or a close friend or
you don't know anybody
or a lover or something like that.
Somebody y'all know.
As the interview goes on, Carlos grows more and more uneasy. He's starting to realize he's no longer just the grieving teenager who lost his mother. He's now the detective's prime suspect.
So I don't know what you guys are trying to get out of me right now, but I didn't do anything and would never do anything to my mother like that. As much as we used to bicker and get back at each other, fighting sometimes, and then peace, and then back and forth, and then peace again, never in a million years would I ever think to do that. She's my mom. I was adopted at age 4, and I've been with her forever. And if you're insinuating that, I'm very offended by that.
I'm offended.
Throughout
that
most
you
of the
broke her arm
interrogation,
and think I'm
Carlos
so-
stayed calm and composed, almost unshakable. But when the detectives confronted him with direct accusations, he finally showed flashes of anger and worry, the sort of reactions you'd expect to see from the very start.
You're putting on a pretty good show.
A show?
Yeah, you're putting on a really good show.
A show?
Yeah.
How's this a show?
I remember the whole interviews with you back when all this went down.
You remember that?
Yeah, I was in charge of the major crimes unit then.
Okay.
So, and I remember that CPT talking about how your attitude of things were very sociopathic.
Sociopathic?
Which is exactly what you're showing me right now. And you're trying to act like you're upset about something.
Trying?
Yeah.
Okay, how is this trying? That was my mom. My mother.
Right.
Yeah, but you're not.
So trying. How is this trying?
Because you don't feel like normal people feel.
I don't feel like normal people feel.
Yeah, that's what a sociopath has the issues with.
Okay,
So
you're calling me a sociopath?
Yeah.
Really?
You got tendencies, brother.
This is what sociopaths do.
Well, do what?
I've just been sizing you up the whole time.
Okay.
It's like 100%.
Okay, you can size me up.
You don't have normal feelings.
You can size me up all you want. I do have normal feelings. I loved my mom. Ask anybody in this county.
We're going to release you to DCF, and DCF's going to have to figure out where you go.
Okay. When am I being released to DCF?
I think I just told you it takes a little while.
Juvenile.
All right. So hang loose. It's going to be a bit.
Hold on, bro. Give me a second. A sociopath is a term used to describe the individual with antisocial personality disorder, ASPD. It is characterized by a persistent pattern of disregard for social norms, laws, and the rights of others, accompanied by a lack of remorse, empathy, and guilt. I'm scared. I'm scared. Nah, bro. I feel empathy, bro. I'm good. I feel empathy. I'm good, and I'm not impulsive. I might be good. Was psychopath? I just don't be remembering the textbook definitions of shit. Let me see. Let's see. Psychopath, a person who having an egocentric and antisocial personality marked by a lack of remorse for one's actions and absence of empathy for others, often criminal tendencies. Formerly a person with antisocial. Okay. Sociopath, a person affected by chronic mental disorder with abnormal or violent social behavior. So I guess sociopath in broader terms, but I mean not sociopath, psychopath in broader terms, but nigga, yeah, he definitely sociopathic. Also, I might be cooked. I don't have criminal tendencies though, so I don't know, brother. I have impulse control, so I don't know, brother. Maybe somewhere in the back of everybody's head, it's a little crazy nigga. I mean, a crazy indigo telling people
The police didn't have enough evidence to hold Carlos any longer, especially since he was only 17. With no clear proof linking him to his mother's murder, the detectives had no choice but to send him home.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
How you doing?
Hi.
While investigators continued searching for solid proof, Carlos turned to social
Okay,
media to
grandma
grieve
thick as hell.
and invite friends to his
Right
mother's
here.
memorial. He received many messages of comfort during his grief.
Thanks
9
for
weeks
making
after
me
the
alive.
murder, detectives called
You
Carlos
did
back in for another interview. Right away, they told him there were inconsistencies in his story.
Alright, I took you from Detective Holloway. I came in a case later, so I'm still catching up on some of the stuff we've had. Alright, so you never went in the backyard at all.
Yeah, you did.
You just went inside, seen your mom. Your phone was already on you at that point?
Yeah, it's like always, it's usually.
Okay, and then you walked outside
Mhm.
and called 911.
I called when I was there. I was in the room when I called.
Okay. On your phone itself, it also tracks your GPS locations, so I can track your entire track around your yard. Because you were on the phone with 911 for a few minutes, correct?
Yeah.
So it tracks everywhere you went. It says you were down by the lake area
For when?
at that time while you were in that whole time frame from when you called 911 on.
I didn't go down by the lake. I could see it. I didn't go down there.
You know we have a dive team, right? And then we searched the entire lake behind there.
Okay.
Will we find anything out there, you think?
No.
Nothing to know of?
Probably old hooks, fishing poles.
The detective opens a box brimming with evidence, and it's instantly clear that Carlos is hit by a wave of anxiety.
Does that look familiar to you? I know it's stripping apart.
Is that the camera that's hanging
What
up?
am I looking at?
That was outside?
Yeah, it's facing towards the.
So does that look familiar to you?
No, sir.
Remember the small cameras you said were in the house? This
Yeah,
camera
just
was
one.
outside of here.
Okay, then yeah, it's one of the ones that are facing towards the window.
Guess how many we found?
Okay.
What do you think we found?
One?
No.
There's only one in the house.
No, you know there's one more in the
10.
house. There's 3 cameras in the house. I found 3 cameras. I actually found one of them.
When the detective examined Carlos's phone,
See?
they discovered he was by the lake when he called the police, not in Denise's room like he'd claimed. This revelation led investigators to focus on the lake area. They brought in a dive team for a thorough search, and before long, they uncovered
How much
Denise's
did the dive
disconnected
team get paid for
CCTV
it, though?
cameras and her mobile phone, both tossed into the water behind the Hallowell home.
Your mom's phone down by the lake. 3 cameras down by the lake.
Okay.
You see how this is stacking up?
I understand. But I'm still.
And the only way I can help you is if you come up front and say, we got a fight, it was a total accident, something like that. If that's what happened, then tell me the truth. I need to know that because I can't help you without that. Because without that, it's just something
You tried to hide it.
horrible got done and you don't care about it.
Well, no, I definitely do care about it. I'm fairly pissed. It's just, it's not.
It's like only follow the evidence I have.
I
I didn't
understand.
hit you before pretty much today.
I understand, but I don't. There's nothing that happened where we got no fight. There was nothing at all. That's the thing. It was a perfectly good day. We were fine, and I don't remember anything bad going on that day. It was all just okay.
What we're trying to get at, man, like I said, it's been about 2 months, or just over 2 months.
I think so.
We've been working on this around the clock, man.
Right.
I'm just
We're trying to get
believing
justice
broke his
for
mom's arm.
I don't remember what happened at all from when
Indigo.
like dogs from the dogs barking to finding my mom. And once I found my mom, I did panic. I quite, like really bad because it's just, mom's there, panicked and just grabbed the one that's facing the front door. I grabbed her phone and I grabbed the thing, the one that was up there. I knew about that one. I thought it was the Guardzilla, but it ended up being a white one. And I dumped it in the lake. And then I called 911 either before or after that.
You know why somebody would throw cameras on cell phone.
Well, of course to hide. To hide it, but I completely panicked.
How many times did you go down by the lake?
I think once.
Did you also throw the phone and the 3 cameras out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know if I did it or if what happened, so I just went.
So you don't remember who you did it?
No, I don't.
You see what it looks like, though, right?
Yes, I do understand. It's been.
help you out here.
I know, I understand, and that was the biggest thing that's been weighing on my chest was that I did panic and I threw out the cameras and the phone.
Do you realize that doesn't make any sense for anybody to do that's totally innocent?
Yes, I do understand. So that's what's been bothering me the past 2 months. Is I don't know. I don't remember.
You don't remember getting rid of the
You
cameras
know,
and the phone.
I need more than that. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to do that.
I do. I know. I understand, and I just don't know. I don't remember whatsoever what happened. What really happened between from when I woke up to then.
But your phone doesn't really show you took a nap.
The police now reveal that Carlos's phone data shows he never actually took a nap, contradicting his earlier statement. With his story now falling apart, he finally decides to tell the truth.
Okay. I remember being outside at the shed and
Screen time app.
grabbing the axe. But other than that, that's it. That's all I remember. Which is why I also panicked, because I remember the last thing I did was grab the axe.
There's no doubt that you did it. It's just why.
Right. I definitely understand. And I want to know that too, because I don't remember any argument whatsoever.
Oh my god.
Because I remember sharpening the axe, and then all of a sudden it's in the back of her head. I'm like,
I'm done. I'm done.
So did you do right after when you sharpened the axe? You walked in the house for that right after?
It's 3 minutes left, but I damn near don't even need to hear more. What the fuck is he talking about? What the fuck is he talking about? Oh my god. 17 years dumb. I can't believe this I'm hearing from this sociopath. Right? Okay, cool. You're sharpening the axe, and now you don't remember anything that happens after you sharpening the axe, but somehow ends up in your mother's head. Brother, you would have been better off telling niggas you got possessed. You would have been better off telling niggas an app made me do it. You'd have been like, you would have been better off trying to create some fantasy anime situation in your head that you were being controlled by your cell phone. Your cell phone told you to do it. Like, what the f are you talking about? No, what are you talking about? I don't know what happened. I don't remember. This is how you want to act? Like, we already know you did it. I can understand when you didn't think they had proof that you did it, but nigga, now that we know you did it, certified, what is this for? What is this charade for? Let's get to it. Expose yourself, brother. We know you're crazy. Let's close this out, man. He's wilding, bro.
Just want to need to know because I gotta be definite on this. I don't like.
I don't have an exact memory of it, so I don't want to say.
Okay, the best of your memory.
Best of my memory, walked in the house with the axe, with not the intent of doing that. I don't know if something was said. Because usually I try to talk to her. I'll say, "Hey mom, get up. We gotta go to work." Or "Hey mom, we gotta do some stuff." So I don't know if I did that and she made a remark that pushed me over the edge, or if it just all played through.
So after you hit her with the axe, is that when you called 911 right after?
Immediately.
Right after you hit her?
Right after I went, bam, phone 911, checked her.
Brother, I'd rather hit myself with the axe.
But as soon as I saw blood on the journals, I knew there was nothing I could do. So then I was just.
You feel better now? It's off your chest?
A little bit, but I still feel like a piece.
Even after Carlos admitted he had killed his mother, investigators were still left wondering why he did it.
She was very verbally abusive. And I remember, I do remember being in tears by the time that conversation ended. She backed it up with like strong adjectives and then strong emotions of like, "I'm so disappointed in you," which I've heard that before. Okay, blah blah. And then she's like, "You being a loser," and that's when it's like, okay, chill out. No, and then she kept going, keep going. When I'm punching something or I'm using the axe or whatever, I play the things that my mom's has done, and I just get the frustration out on that. I'm like, okay, mom said this. I visualize what she said in a paragraph, and I just beat the out of it.
Although Carlos shared why he killed his mother, he still seemed strangely distant from the gravity of what he had done.
How long are we going to be here?
I know what's wrong. I guess
What, to get rid of your anger?
Okay,
Yeah.
take me.
You'll go to our jail here in the transfer party.
Or Brian.
To jail?
Yeah. The jail here is just for processing, and you're in DJJ up in Ocala.
So I have a record now?
Oh, you don't have a record. You don't know what happened. But you have a reason for what happened?
Well, no, I mean, like, is there any way of getting expunged later?
That's what's up to the courts. I don't have a reason against it. But
Getting it expunged
I
later,
just hope that,
brother, you're not
really
facing the real world again.
Yeah.
College.
It's all up to the court.
Carlos Hallowell was charged with premeditated first-degree murder. Because he was underage, he couldn't face the death penalty, but he was still tried as an adult. In July 2021, he was found guilty of killing his adoptive mother, Denise, and received a life sentence without the possibility of parole.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, brother, I don't know what in the before and after you're talking about, but you must have lost your mind if you think you're getting this expunged, if you think that you're going to get to see the world do anything besides a box. Like, brother, you're getting your news through TV and illegal phones. Out of here. Maybe library time. Like, what the f are you talking about? What is he talking about? No. Rest in peace, Denise. Condolences to the family. Lil Buddy's insane. It's like, damn, she raised you since you was 4, brother. As soon as I knew you broke her arm, I should have been like, that should have been Denise's sign. Like, I know she love you, but yeah, you gotta separate yourself from him because he don't care about your well-being at all. And then proceeds to hack it up. That's the end of the video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share your thoughts on the video in the comment section below. Hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date when I drop videos on this channel. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Stay safe, y'all.
Like
Everything I'm seeing, I achieve it, bitch, you best. Everything I'm seeing, I achieve it, bitch, you best. Everything Everything I'm seeing, I achieved it, bitch, you best believe it. It has been my Nintendo switch it, though, kick it with my kinfolk. Haters just be talking, so I really do not need their info. Yeah, their info. Yeah.